we're going to talk after this. Like in his mind, based on everything you put her through, she still want to go to pick up the phone and want to talk to you?
Okay.
Welcome to the Unfilteredlimin podcast. Join us as we reflect on our personal journeys and share our insights, experiences, and stories. From food to music, language to custom, we explore what it means to straddle two cultures and find a sense of belonging in both. Whether you're a first-generation Caribbean American, a seasoned veteran, or simply curious about the rich tapestry of cultures that make up the Caribbean diaspora, this podcast is for you. We are your hosts, Bertide, the Haitian sensation.
Lisa, the Dominica diva.
No one's talking, so let's get unfiltered.
Go ahead.
So the reason why he used that specifically papers is because the way the country is, he felt that people would again sympathize because Haiti's corrupt, right? And because they say that there's some people that are jealous, like you getting a chance and I don't get a chance, and they might take it and sell it to somebody else or whatever, or basically mess up your opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? So it's so it's not surprising for him to use that because of how the country is, and that's why it was such a good, I guess, how would you call it?
Story?
A good story, a good scene,
because
screenplay.
the more you talk about it, I'm like thinking more about this. You call the driver, you get in the car, you're calling a bunch of people talking about you going to America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You now it sounds very premeditated at this point.
That's the thing, because the thing about it is, the other thing that got me is, not trying to be funny, is when the girl comes to the radio station, that's the first time that she's seen him, because they've never seen each other. They've never been together. They've only talked messenger, basically, right? Mm-hmm. So can you imagine sitting across from somebody that
you don't know, really? Yeah.
Nationally, they oh, this is the girl, and he takes a picture from your Facebook profile and blasts your picture, so the world is like, yo, this is the person, and you didn't even the story is so believable, but at the same time, it's so in a point where it's like criminal. You understand?
It's very criminal, and it becomes.
Hold on, I gotta tell you, because when he got out of jail, they let him go. He got out of jail. The journalist was like, "Well, what would you like to say to her?" You know what I'm saying? Like all of this that came out, right? Like, what you want to say anything to the public? Do you want to say anything to your family? Do you want to say anything to the world? He was like, well, I hope that she could forgive me, because I'm gonna call her up, and I hope that we can work this out.
It's payback time.
You lie.
I forgot to tell you that, girl. And his head.
You get that piece of information.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh my God, I got something in my eye. Now I'm thinking, okay, is it really mental illness? Is it premeditated? Or are you just a vindictive person that if you do not get your way, that you are going to go to these great extremes? And then they have names now out there called a narcissist. Like, is this something else? Because that's some really... Okay, I'm talking to somebody online. I find out they got somebody else, or they're pregnant, or because what is the difference? Like, we've met guys in the past. You talk to them for a couple weeks, or you talk to them for a couple months, and you find out that they have a whole ass child, and maybe more, right? Yeah. It happens. Do we go and be like, I'm going to sit and write this whole script out, and I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get that, and I'm going to call the newspaper, and I'm going to get on national. Okay, everybody's set. Hey, you want to come pick me up, and I'm going to need you, and everything's set. You're right. I don't know if that's mental health, but it's also too very vindictive. So are you just have a vindictive personality? Because having a vindictive personality, and again, I'm not psychologist. I don't know, but is a vindictive personality really mental health? Is that like we don't
You
even know
need
at this
somebody
point?
that's an expert. Yeah,
We
if you're
don't know.
listening and you are somebody like you in that profession, health profession, that you want to come on and want to give that perspective and help us understand what signs to look for. I think that's important for us to distinguish what signs to look for, because I think that, like you said, that's very a dangerous ground, because I do in the world of dating, let's be very honest, unless you
Ugly.
married to somebody, you ain't got no claim to nobody.
No, you don't.
Like, you
Mm-mm.
understand what I'm saying? And let me I'm not condoning if you're in a serious relationship, right? But even in a serious relationship, people could still do what they want to do. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. In this world that we live in, I can't tell you what's right and I can't tell you what's wrong in the world that we live in, because of the fact that everybody defines what they define at the time. Your definition and your understanding of what it is, to that person, it could be totally something different. That's why I'm saying I don't know what's right or wrong, because in his mind, right, this example, he literally thought he was in this relationship with this person, even though they've never met. It's an online whatever conversation. But in her mind, she knows what she got going on.
She's
But when
wrong.
she's yeah, and she's like, oh, whenever, and she admitted it, she was like, well, when things don't go right with your partner, you're giving attention somewhere else. So she
That's
liked the
true.
attention that she was getting
Yeah, that's
from
true.
this person. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, when people don't get what they want from
They look
home,
elsewhere.
it goes, yeah. So then
Mm-hmm.
it becomes the fact that now she went, and of course she got into this person, but I don't know. Like Lisa said, I don't know which one, because at the end of the day, it could be a fixation. Is that what they call it? Like a fixation that could be mental, because you're so
Fantasizing.
fixated in
Yeah,
this
fixation.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Obsessiveness.
you understand what I'm saying? So then you're concocting in this life that you have this person, this thing that you have, to
Concocting.
the
Yeah.
point where, yeah, to the point where even after everything comes out, you still, news reporter asks you, do you want to say anything to her? And he's like, I'm gonna give her a couple of days, but I feel like, she's gonna be able to talk to me. We're gonna talk after this. Like, in his mind, based on everything you put her through, she still wanna go to pick up the phone and want to talk to you.
Okay.
And
Now,
if she does, let me back up, because the thing is, we could say this, and he could be totally right that in a couple of days she could be crazy too and pick up the phone for him. So I get, that's what I'm saying.
sometimes crazy likes crazy. Crazy likes crazy. So
But
sometimes
that's
we
the
don't
whole
know. We don't
thing.
know. Sometimes these things turn people on. So
That's why he may find some chicks that are like,
yeah, that's true. Some might be turned on by that and like,
and
you
not
know
only
what? He
that,
loves me. He
and,
loves
and think
me.
about think
He
about
went on
this. Think about
national
this.
news to proclaim his love and created this whole thing to let the whole world know.
The
Girl,
thing about it
run.
is, think about it is, some people may think that now he's an influencer because it's all over, right? So now I'm attaching myself
Shit.
to all the you understand what I'm saying? All the bad, because social media. And that's another thing too. Because think about it this way, because that was another thing that was brought up. When this guy, things going on in Haiti, people being kidnapped, kids being killed, kids can't go to school. That's just a couple. I ain't trying to get into all that. But honestly, this guy, y'all took the
All the
time
time. The world is the country's
to
in turmoil.
listen to this
You know
guy.
what?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
I'm gonna call a driver and I'm gonna conjure this story. We in turmoil right now, but it's okay.
Y'all, see, I was about to say, y'all can't find who killed this president 2 years later. But y'all got time.
But they got time to investigate. Somebody's papers were stolen.
Y'all,
Wow.
look, my Haitian
So we
people,
just
we
we
need to
just
do
came full
better.
circle. You realize you just came full circle, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so DLiminCrew, if you're just tuning in, you're gonna have to take back a couple episodes when we talk about what's next for Haiti. I mean, this just goes all full circle here. I don't even want to say Haiti because this stuff is going on probably in every country. Every country is going on. Listen,
like we took a whole week, and mind you, they did speak to some news cycles and was like, why did you guys go so hard on the story? And which I understand is the fact that he claimed because things like that go on, right? He's like this young man, his papers, and these kind of things do happen. You understand what I'm saying? So they were trying to be helpful, but I was just like, to be sucked in with this drama in a whole week. Like, imagine that just shows me the power y'all guys have, and y'all choose to use it however y'all want to. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like our podcast. We could choose to use it for whatever. It's the same thing over there. I was just like, this guy is on a whole new. And the funny thing about it is, I ain't trying to be funny, but he was to the teeth. The haircut, his hair, he had that little line in his hair. Like, he was looking mad sharp every day on this news cycle.
He's like, yo, I need to get trimmed up before I go on this news cycle and tell them about this girl.
Trimmed up, the new style that these kids do, and they have a little style. Girl,
that's, you know what they call that in America? Team too much. Team too much over here. You're doing too much. All for what? He's probably looking for somebody to match his energy. That's what he's like, listen, this online dating is not working for me. I'm going to take it to the next level. I'm going to take it to the news level. But you know what? We're going to leave that right there. DLiminCrew, thank you for tuning in. I don't even know what to say about this. We might have to change the title of this episode because it might not be mental health. It might be... Huh?
We don't know what it's called. Fixation.
We don't know what it's called.
So it could be part of mental health because, again, we need to research. Y'all, again, if you're a health expert and you could bring some light into what exactly, because I understand there's different type of levels and everything with mental health. So we're not, again, taking this lightly. Mm-hmm. This is a very serious matter, disclaimer, but please help us and understand to what degree this is. Because it was, again, content from our Haitian culture.
Yes.
In 2023. This is happening in 2023 live, people. This is not something that this is the new level. I guess we could say this is the new level of, if it is mental health, the new level of it. People that they're not suffering in silence no more.
No, we're going to take it to the news. We're going to take it straight to the news. You know what? I am just grateful no one got physically hurt in all of this.
Yes.
That's the part that's going to be the takeaway for here.
Apparently, it was on TikTok. When
it was
funny thing too. It was a TikTok sensation because at the time before the girl came through, everybody was like, I'm Stephanie. I'm Stephanie. Yes, girl. They were talking about.
Okay. So I retract what I say. If it was a TikTok sensation, even if it's in Creole, we're going to go ahead and insert it somewhere. B, go ahead and put that link below because it's just going to be a piece of what we're discussing today. And you know what? We'll leave it up to you, DLiminCrew, to make your decisions and whatever. And we're going to leave it up to the professionals to decide whether if this was premeditated or this was in fact mental health issue, or was it just obsessive compulsive issue, or was it just fixation issue, or was it, I could just keep going on here. Obsession. What is the other word that I just used a second ago? I used another word that pre-calculated?
Yes. Pre-calculated,
vindictive.
Yep.
Or is this just a vindictive personality? Or
and then, like he said, he did it because he was jealous. So jealousy, sometimes point blank.
So is this a jealousy thing? So.
And do you know, that's the thing too. Do you know the level that your jealousy will take you? That's another episode coming soon.
I feel like the title should be like, do we know?
Do we know?
Do we know?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Tips and tools, we don't know.
We don't know. We just thought no one got hurt. That's it.
Yes.
Yes.
Do not know.
Okay, that was a lot. We're done here.
We're live on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. We're out.
Y'all. Yeah.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Unfiltered Liming podcast. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained some valuable insight. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you can catch every new episode and leave us a review so we can continue to bring you fresh, exciting content. And if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss or a story you'd like us to share, please reach out to us. Join us again next Thursday for another unfiltered conversation about the rich diversity and complexity of the Caribbean American experience. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep celebrating the unique cultural heritage that make us who we are. Unfiltered Liming is edited and produced by Unfiltered Liming.